ferociously addicted to trying to make up for what I always seem to be lacking, trying to patch up the wounds, trying to evolve into an identity that matched the normal that surrounded me. But there was nothing normal about the crater that sat inside my chest. There was nothing normal about the hunger pains that extended far past my backbones, reinforcing the shackles because you see I was bound to eat. And a hungry young man is a dangerous thing. He will eat anything in his reach only to learn that his hunger is not so simple. Food only satisfies the physical part, but his hunger is a serious matter of the heart. And when food does not act on his petitions, then that's it. He becomes ferociously addicted to trying. I'm not trying to sensationalize or make it bigger than what it is. I'd rather educate and not rationalize the truth of what he is. Fat. Ferociously addicted to trying. Most critics would have seen the way he ate and concluded that he was trying to kill himself. Skeptics would gaze at his unnatural affinity towards stuffing himself and would probably guesstimate that he was under a spell. But let the fat kid tell it. He was only trying to heal himself. No one can see him beyond the stereotype. No one registers the weight that he carries inside. They shove past him and label him another fat kid in denial. And when socializing has overworked his introverted soul, he returns home like a fisherman with nothing to show for the show that he has just put on. But the echoes roam to and fro within his hollowed insides. He sits futile-minded, playing solitaire while his conscience performs a mind sweep, and the marching beat of his memories can't be beat. Replaying the soundtrack of his youth that branded him the girlish, quiet, fat kid who cried, "Leave me alone!" Reminding him of how it felt to be completely left alone and how all the pain just caved in. He remembers the nights of aching and searching. He remembers having nothing to comfort him but cases labeled XXX and food crammed into the cabinets, and how he dragged them into his little cave to pacify himself, even though they offered no resolution. He remembers each impulse. He always gave in. Then in his moments of desperation, he crashed into his pillow, wailing, punching the walls, screaming, gripping his chest, heaving, fighting for answers. For rescue. For a friend. For a lesson on how to be brave, so he doesn't have to keep giving in to crash diets. For affirmation. For an invitation, for a hero dedicated to seeing him through sonship. Because he became so fat. So fat, in fact, his heart attacked him and left him to die. Ferociously addicted to trying. Trying to make up for what he always seemed to be lacking. Nothing about his hunger was simple. But he was heard. I know the night when time stood still, a hero crept through my window, crushing every vice that separated me from him. Woe to my prison chains this man came to dismantle. I felt him. There in the night, I felt his presence etched onto my heart, and that changes everything. And the persistence of that hero makes poems like this hard to end. But this poem is not over until the fat kid sings. Oh, the day when he stripped me of my hiding place. I thought that I was home. I thought that I was safe. I lay covered in the grave beneath all my guilt and shame. Oh, I thought that it was well with me in my dark, weary soul. I was immune to the foul smells of this bed I made in hell. But he never left me and always helped me there. And oh, the day when he snatched me from the deep. Oh, the day when he stripped me of my hiding place. I was running from my fate too afraid to meet the day. So I hid among the darkness, and I played with all the monsters, and I felt afraid and lost, abused, abandoned, and ashamed. But one day he snapped all my bloody chains. Yes, he cracked open the dark grave, made me come alive again. Oh, the day when he stripped me of my hiding place. And some days I still hear a whimper from the fat kid inside me that is being healed daily. Sometimes I forget that I am my new self, and I forget that my story is purposed. Sometimes I forget that I have been saved forever. But I am regarded, cared for, fathered by one who is jealous for me, by one who won't relent. And sometimes I forget that he overcame for me, fought for me, and his work is a finished work. Sometimes I forget that my heart is safe, that I am brave. But I always remember this hero. He can't be extinguished. This seeker that plowed through the night and sought out my soul and wrecked all I knew and ransomed my heart. This strange night wonder can be every type of hero to every kid all at the same time. And I know, because he rescued this fat kid I once knew.